Welcome back to MDL Crochet for our weekly stitch tutorial. Today's stitch is the purl stitch. It's one of those stitches that has an extra step to it. So let's go ahead and get our next yarn in. Oh my goodness. All right, now tighten that down a little bit. Now this step, like I said, it's different than what we've been working with. Take your tail and just drop it back there. All right, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go take your yarn in front of your needle. And then you're gonna take your loop, go through and then drop your yarn. And then yarn over, pull through. And that's how you're gonna do it. So we're gonna continue again. Go in front, go through your loop, drop it, and then yarn over and pull through. Let's tighten this one up a little bit, there we go. And we're gonna do this all the way down. It's one of those stitches that you can use it in conjunction with another stitch. And I'll show you all that in another video. It creates texture. If you use it like with a knit stitch, like you can do one purl, because this is the purl stitch, P-U-R-L, one purl, two knit, and a purl. And it raises that knit stitch up, and it actually looks really, really good. I've used it in quite a few things. You can do a purl, knit, purl, and it gives you a really nice like ribbing effect for a sweater or a cardigan, and whatnot. But sorry, you can hear my shadow in the back. But remember, you go in front before you go in the loop. Go in front, then go through your loop, drop it, yarn over, pull through, and that's the stitch. You're working in the front post on the previous, and that's how you're doing this. Ooh, I split that yarn. There we go. And you're gonna go all the way down. There's two ways you can do the end, and I'll show you that. The technical way is just doing it like you normally would. Some people will continue the purl stitch to the very end. I like a clean edge. You start with a clean edge, why not finish with a clean edge? But some people like to continue it down, which is, hey, it's what you like. If that's what you like, then go for it. Ooh, that one slipped out of my needle. My needle's a little slick. And then you just do that. This is the basis of this stitch, period. It is an extra step because you're bringing that yarn like this, and gives it that sewn look in a way. And it will slow your projects down just simply because you're doing an extra stitch or an extra step. But once you get the hang of it and you figure it out, you know, you'll be able to do it a lot faster. And we're almost at the end, and I'll show you. Some people will still sit there and go like this, go through, drop it down, and pull it through. But I don't think that creates a clean edge. I like clean edges. And I'm sure most of you like clean edges. So why not keep it clean? So now we just drop down, go through, punch through, pull through. We got our loop, chain one, and it's the same exact return pass. Chain one, pull through two, chain one, pull through two, chain one, pull through two. And we're gonna do that all the way down. And like I said, like I've told y'all plenty of times, you can bunch your work up so it makes it a lot faster for you, just to be able to do your chain, you pull through twos. I do that all the time, and I'm working on a graph can right now, and it's 200 some odd stitches wide, and so I have my longer cable on the needle that I'm working with, and I bunch it up whenever I'm pulling through, because otherwise, oh my goodness, it will take forever. And with graph gans, they take a while anyway, because all the color switching you're doing. Let's tighten that one back up. Sorry, gotta pull out a little bit more yarn. All right, so there's the base row, and you can see how it looks like. Now we're gonna go ahead and do another row. Remember, you don't do this stitch. You go here, you go to the next one. So yarn over, and we're doing the front yarn over. Go to the post, drop down, and boom. It's gonna take you a little bit to get used to, because you'll sit there and want to do it this way, and then go, and then drop, and then yarn over, move your hand a lot. But once you start getting your fingers and your tension and everything where you want it, you're going to be able to just move the needle, keep your hand in spot, just move your fingers to adjust the yarn like I'm doing. And it'll go a lot faster. But this is one of those, at first, when you're learning it, it is a lot slower of a stitch. There's a lot of these that when you're learning it, it is a lot slower of a stitch until you get it down. Unlike the Tunisian simple stitch where, okay, it's just going through the front post and pulling up loops galore. Or like the knit stitch is where you're splitting the post. And that's what these are called, posts. And you'll get it down. You'll understand it, and you'll get it to where you're more comfortable. And that's the whole name of the game, is do what's comfortable for you, not for what somebody tells you to do. Do what's comfortable for you. Crochet is supposed to be relaxing. It's not supposed to be stressful. Like I do it to keep my mind busy. I have a nerve condition that creates constant pain. It's called CRPS. So that yarn got splitted and and I'm constantly in pain, and I have a stimulator in my back, a pain stimulator, but I'm still constantly in pain, especially now that it's winter. My metal knees are not liking the winter. Even though it's really been a mild winter for the States, my metal knees still don't like it. And I'm not, all that old. I am old, but I'm not that old. I'm 46. But, crochet is supposed to be relaxing. Don't crochet to gain more stress. Because that defeats the whole point of it. Like just yesterday, I was getting frustrated with the graph gan. For some reason, every row I did, I was missing a stitch, and I could not figure it out. And I'm an advanced crocheter, advanced Tunisian crocheter, not advanced regular crochet. Sorry about that. And I miss up. I miss. And with graph gans, I do them in Tunisian simple stitch because I think it comes out a lot crisper. But I was dropping stitches, and I didn't know how I was doing it. And it was just an off day. You will have off days when you're crocheting, and it'll create more stress for you. That's when you just put the project down and go do something else. I play video games, or, I'll pick up another project and go from there. Now we're at the end, so we're going to drop down, find that last loop, punch through, grab hold, pull through, and then chain one. And like I said, it's a complete return, a normal return pass. So yarn over and pull through two. And if you're not comfortable bunching up yet, that's fine. I know a lot of people can't see the yarns so well. Their eye, our eyes as we get older, or just in general, I think a lot of it is technology. Staring at constant screens all day long do mess up our eyes. I do wear glasses, but when I crochet, I don't wear them because I don't need them. I can see just fine, but when I'm driving, that's a different story. And then we're back at the end. You can see how that is starting to take shape. We'll do a few more rows, and then I'll leave y'all to do the rest, and then we'll come back. And remember, all these projects that we're doing, these stitch alongs, it is 10 rows. That's all it is. It's enough to let you get the feel for the stitch and understand the stitch. And then we're doing these swatches like this, the continuous swatches, so that way, and marking them, so that way okay, this was the 4th video in the series. I like that stitch. You can go back to it and find it. I think that's simple. It's easy. And I really wish when I was learning Tunisian, somebody did something like I did. I know I've gotten a few comments on my videos of people telling me that it feels like they're at their friend's house learning. That's my whole point, is I want you to feel like you're in a comfortable space. You're learning from somebody who is taking the time. My grandmother, when I learned at 14, took the time to teach me regular crochet. But whenever I found Tunisian, nobody took the time. There was no videos out there that they'd show 3 or 4 stitches, and then they expected you to understand it. And then they'd pick up the video, they'll cut the video and then pick up the video at the end of the row so you could see how to do the last stitch. And that was it. They don't continue and continue. Or they speed it up, or they got that annoying music, that annoying YouTube music that just drives you nuts. And yeah, you can mute it, but it's just, ugh. And I just feel that I babble a lot. I do. I know this. My husband was looking at the videos. He goes, "You just talk a lot." And I'm like, "I know." But he goes, "No, that makes it, friendly." And that's what I'm going for is, we're going to sit here. We're going to crochet together. You're going to learn. And, if I babble and it keeps your interest, I'm doing what I would like to have done when I was learning. That just seems, I made that one a little loose. My tension was wrong there. You can see the tension got a little loose, but that's fine. This is a learning, and I do make mistakes on purpose, so that way you can see how to correct it. And these are all things that I have gone through to learn. Now we're going to go ahead and drop down and then poke through the last, pull through, you have your loop up. Now we chain 1, I bunch up, and then we chain through 2, or pull through 2, pull through 2, and we're going to keep doing that all the way down. I'm going to be doing some other projects too. See, I split the yarn. You can feel it. Do some ear warmers and do some crochet in the round, Tunisian in the round, so y'all can, get the gist of all that, and also how to pick up stitches and drop stitches. With Tunisian, I think it's simple. I'm also going to show y'all how to add color and spruce up a project, add beads, etc. There's ways to add beads. It's different in Tunisian than it is in regular crochet, but they come out beautiful. All right, remember, so we're at the end. You go in the front, go through your loop or your post, drop it, then you pick it up, over, through, drop it, yarn over, pull through. And that, like I said, this is the basis of the stitch. It is a little bit of an extra step, but some of these stitches we're going to start getting into. Ooh, I pulled through two. Don't do that. There's going to be starting to get more extra steps to it. We've done some of the basic steps, or basic stitches that are just single steps. Now we're going to be doing some other stitches soon that'll add more steps, and it will slow you down, but it'll make your projects come out really pretty. You know, you got the half double Tunisian stitch, the double Tunisian stitch. You've got a lot. The twisted honeycomb. See, I can feel that I was splitting the yarn there, so I had to pull back out. But you can see how that's coming out. Do one more row after this, and then we'll let y'all finish the remaining rows, and then, come on, I got caught. There we go. And then we'll go through and talk about the stitch a little bit, and then we'll discuss some uses for the stitch. Truthfully, you know, there's other uses besides using it with others. I think this and probably the reverse stitch would make great scrubbies with a scrubby yarn that they have that's out, just because it actually gives you this bumpy texture. I think it would actually be really good with that scrubby yarn, you know, so you can make your own, you know, scrubbies for dishes or for your shower. All right, we're almost at the end. And like I said, you know, there's two ways you can do this. I prefer the technical way because I like a clean edge. I like my clean edges. I don't like to work to continue and just I messed that up, didn't I? And abruptly end. I like the clean edges. You know where your edges, you know where, yeah, you just know where your edges are and you know it's clean. That's just the way I look at it. All right, drop down, pull, ooh, I slipped. Drop down, push through, grab hold, pull through, chain one. Now I pull through two. And all this yarn that I'm using, there's no specific yarn for these tutorials to use. Just use whatever you have. That's what I'm using, is a bunch of yarn balls that I had from other projects that it was just small remaining stuff that, you know, there's not a lot you could really make with it. So I am doing this with it. And then I think what I'm going to end up doing with what's all left over is probably doing a corner to corner. I'm not 100% positive. I don't even know if I want to do blanket. I don't know yet. I'll figure that out when the time comes to it. All right. Now we'll count how many we've done. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got one more to do together. And then you can do 5 on your own. And then we'll meet back up at the end. All right, so remember, in the front, go through the bar, drop it, and yarn over like normal and pull through. And we're going to do this all the way down again. And if I constantly repeat things, it's repetition. Repetition helps things sink in. When somebody says it, I think it's a lot better than somebody showing it. But I'm also one of those visual type learners too. I learn from visual. I'm also one of those people, I can't read patterns. I don't know why. I know the human body inside and out. I can't read patterns. That's the only only thing I don't know. I have tried and they drive me nuts, so I don't do it. Some of you probably can understand patterns. Ooh, I slipped through and pulled through two again. Goodness. Over, drop, and then yarn over and pull through. All right, we're gonna continue all this till we get to the end, and my needle moved, or my end moved. It was clanking on my setup here on my desk. All right, we're almost to the end. Okay. Goodness, stop moving. Stop hitting. I'm just gonna set you here. Yeah, this is what's been making all the noise. All right, we're gonna yarn over in the front, go through the post, drop, and then pick it back up as normal and pull through. Over the front, drop, pick up as normal, pull through. One more. And there we are. Now we gotta go do our normal end. Drop down, push through, grab hold, pull through, yarn over, chain one. Now we pull through two. And you're gonna be pulling through two until we start getting to like extended stitches. Those will add a little bit more to the pull through. Man, that yarn. It'll add a little bit more to the pull through, but it also adds more elasticity to the project, especially if you're doing like a sweater or a beanie or, you know, leg warmers. You can use the extended stitches, and those will give you a little bit more stretchiness. Same if you want to make socks. But all right, we're at the end. You can already see how that's coming along. Now we're gonna go ahead and go do 5 more rows. I'm gonna do those off camera, and then I'll be back to discuss the stitch. All right, I'll see you in a second. All right, now we're gonna be pulling through the last few loops here. And there we are. You see what I'm talking about with this pattern. It's same with the full stitch or the reverse stitch. I think if you use the scrubby yarn, it would actually make a really good, you know, dish scrubby or a body scrub for your shower. Same with the full, the reverse stitch. But it doesn't, it has some give. So, you know, it's doesn't have as much as the knit. I actually think it has more than the reverse. But when you combine these stitches, like you can combine the purl and the knit, it gives a really good wave pattern. Like it forces the knit stitches up for some, like, and it's really cool. I'll do a video on that here soon, so you can actually see how that would work. But if you want to keep on practicing, go ahead. You know, these, I'm just doing these to help you guys understand how to do the stitches, and because this is something I would have liked when I was learning, is somebody to go over this stuff and do it more than 3 or 4 stitches and then cut to the end. So that's why I do 5 rows and ask y'all to do 5, and then we talk about it. But anyway, until next time, keep stitching.